Hey, this is Aiden of Studio Raphael, and in this video, I'm going to be giving away my top tips for performing artists. These are tips that I've learned through experience, and having these ideas in my head while I'm performing have left guests and clients thanking me at the end of the night. If that's the sort of result that you want to see in your performances, I recommend you watch the whole video. And yes, this perspective does come from the angle of me doing DJing over the last year and a half, as that's what I've been focusing on. But as someone who's been performing almost all of his life, whether it be school plays or in the choir or in musicals or jazz band, trust me when I say that these are tips that can be applied across all performing arts. If at any point in time you find this video helpful, please leave a like to support the channel. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you're on a mission like me to be a fully expressed performer, subscribe. Let's get into it. Over the last year and a half, I have had an incredible opportunity to work at a number of events as a DJ. House parties, mitzvahs, corporate parties, weddings, holiday parties, you name it. I've done it at this point, except for some of the freaky stuff. None of that. Not only has this provided me with an incredible opportunity to get back on stage and get over my fear of performing, but it's also taught me a lot about the art of DJing a great frickin' party. This is not to say that I come at this from the angle of being a perfect DJ. I've still got a lot to learn, but I have received some very kind compliments from guests at parties, and I quote, "You're a better DJ than the ones at the clubs." So, club DJs, you can get something out of this too. All right, tip number one. Tip number one can best be told through a story. Just a few months ago, I was working an undergrad event. It was getting late, the dance floor was open, the speeches were done, but nobody was dancing. The dance floor was empty. So I was playing some music, and that's when I locked eyes with one guy, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, can you play an Arabic song for us?" So what did I say? I was like, "Of course, let's do it." Immediately, he's like, "You're already so much better than the DJs we've had in the past." Literally, just for taking a request, I was already better than the majority of DJs. Come on, people. So I turned on the tune, and immediately, a crowd of Arabic students just stormed the dance floor, and they were all just having such a good time. Then, as the cherry on top, as the song was finishing, he was walking back over to me, and before he could even ask me for another song, I played another Arabic tune. He just smiled, laughed, was like, "You already got it," and just turned back and went back to dancing. There's really not a better response that you can get than that. Meaning, tip number one is every event is a co-creation. You, as the performer, are not there by yourself. You are there to create something alongside the guests that are present with you at the event. When people are giving you requests, they are literally telling you exactly what they want to hear for you to make them happy. And as a performer at a show, when people are paying for tickets or paying you to be there, they are paying you to provide a service for them. And oftentimes, especially as a DJ, that service means taking requests. If you, as an entertainer and performer, want to be hired again, the best thing you can do is leave people at the end of the night with a smile on their face, with memories, with something that they can hold on to and say, "That was worth every penny." But if you're going to a show and you're just playing for yourself without taking the audience into consideration, then you're just stroking your own ego and nobody's gonna care. It's not about showing off. It's not about trying to look better than everybody else. It's about creating a memorable experience for both you and the audience involved. Our second tip is best told through another story. You're a guest at a party, and a DJ is playing your favorite song. You're in the middle of singing the verse, and you're ready for it to build, and you're so excited for the chorus to hit, and then the song changes. There's nothing more frustrating than when a song is getting to your favorite part, and it changes. How does this translate to a tip? DJs, performers, stop trying to do too much. Be aware of the dance floor. Sometimes we can get a little nervous when we're on stage. Sometimes we can get a little in our heads and we can start to overthink an environment. But really grounding ourselves into the presence of a performance and being aware of what's happening with our audience is the best thing we can do for ourselves. Not only will that help us relax, but it'll help us know exactly when we need to change a song. Trust me, I've been there. I was literally doing a wedding last week and I was so tense and I was so uncertain about when to change, and I was like ready to press buttons, and I knew before I was going to press things that I was going to mess it up, and I just calmed myself down and I looked at the dance floor and I saw people having fun, and I was like, I don't need to change it yet. I can just let it play out. And people danced the way through, and it was great. And then I switched to the next song, and it just kept going. Relax. Watch the people. Gauge their reactions. Be aware of how people are responding to your presence and what you have to share with them. Sometimes as a DJ, the scariest thing we can receive is somebody looking at us and going like, I think the DJ community knows how we all feel about that. It is a painful thing to see sometimes, but other times it can actually be a great notifier of the fact that, hey, you tried something, it didn't work, and they're ready for something different. At the same time, to the people who look at a DJ and go like, don't just do that. Tell us what you want. Give us an idea of where to go next. Because maybe what happens is we try something else, but we just don't hook into something good. So once again, co-creation. And at the same time, performers, be aware of what's happening. Because if people are having fun, let them have fun. And lastly, that transitions great into the third tip. DJ, you need to be having fun. If you are not feeling the emotions of the space as the performer, then I promise you the people there aren't feeling it either. If you as the DJ aren't having fun, if you as the actor are not feeling the emotions of your character, if you as the singer are not truly in touch with what you are singing, then nobody else will be as well. They are responding to how you're feeling. If you're playing a boring mix, people will hear it. People will know that the mix is boring because it feels boring, because you're boring. It's just, ugh. That's the energy that you're creating just by being bored in and of yourself. The moment you disconnect yourself from your audience is the moment you're going to lose them. And that's it. 3 tips to become a better performer. Oh, and one more thing. Come on, people. Mistakes happen. We're only human. You can be the best DJ in the world, but you can still make a mistake. And if you're being aware, if you're being present, and if you're with the people in the room, then all you have to do is laugh it off, because they'll be there to laugh it off with you. And then you just keep going. That's it. I hope you found these tips helpful. My name's Aiden. This is Studio Raphael. If you found this video helpful, leave a like. If you have any more questions or comments from the video, leave them down below. And if you're excited to continue this journey of becoming your ultimate performer, subscribe. Here at Studio Raphael, we love talking about songwriting, performing arts, music production, audio engineering, teaching guitar, teaching ukulele. It's all about providing you with the tools as the creative to take hold of your own creative life. And in that, the journey is all about facing our fears, rising up to our potential, and being the creators that we were all meant to be. Thanks again for tuning in, and hopefully, I'll see you around the studio sometime. Take care.